Continuing coverage this morning, recently a new ordinance rolled back the clock for bars in downtown Macon, changing their closing time from 3 a.m. to 2. This morning, WGXA is looking into the economics of how closing down shop could impact local businesses. Arena Plunkett joins us from the live desk to break down the costs. Arena, the loss of profit isn't a recipe that goes down smooth for bar owners.
Yeah, Brittany, that's right. Bar owners say that any loss in their business right now is a strong hit to their bottom line. And when you have the potential to lose thousands of dollars annually, the change is one to pay attention to.
It's a bold change that'll take some time to get used to. Downtown bars must close their doors and stop serving alcohol at 2 a.m. A last call that owner and operator of JBA Downtown Macon, Brandon Lawler, was originally optimistic about, so long as it curbed crime and didn't cut down on his bottom line.
It's been a thing for years, you know, all the crime and stuff that's been happening. We want to see change, and if this is it, so be it. That's great, awesome. Like I'm here for it. But the thing is, we need to see it. We need to see a longevity of it, not like a 2-week change and then it goes back to the same old, same old.
But now, looking at the numbers, he knows closing tabs an hour and a half earlier would cost him a loss of $15,000 to $25,000 a year. A sobering figure that could tank any business. So I sat down with President and CEO of Newtown Macon, Josh Rogers, to find out how it would impact the businesses they fund as a nonprofit.
I think it's not just that it's economically important, it's culturally significant too. It's one of the key building blocks of a successful city. I love nightlife. It's just got to be safe.
It's that concern that originally funded the 50-page Responsible Hospitality Institute report, a study done that recommended closing down shop at 2 a.m. A recommendation I found out was actually among other suggestions given to the mayor and commissioners, according to Rogers. That Newtown Macon made the recommendation initially to close at midnight. Did y'all do that?
Yeah, I mean, so I have lots of conversations with the mayor and commissioners. Absolutely. I think we are going to have to be as restrictive as it requires to be able to get the current situation under control, to make sure that it's safe. It's my #1 priority. The majority of revenues downtown are generated by people living in lofts, and so it's got to be safe and comfortable for people to be in lofts. That has been a tension since we started.
With conversations about closing bars at midnight coming up, I asked how that would further impact the economy.
So that's actually a pretty simple question to answer. No, it would not cripple downtown's economy to have bars open only till midnight or even 10 p.m. or even not to have nightlife at all.
Pressing again, I asked if it's too much. Is local government overstepping on entrepreneurs, on business owners? Is it too much?
I absolutely don't think so. I hope that it's enough, but I think that's where people should be more concerned. I hope that these changes are going to be something that our nightlife operators embrace, live with, and learn how to thrive, and that we end up not having any safety concerns about nightlife's continued operation. The bigger threat to everyone right now is not to fight the current change, it's to make sure that it's enough.
Now, I asked Rogers if there was anyone on his staff that was employed in nightlife or was a nightlife operator, and he said no. WGXA will continue to follow this story as it develops. But for now, reporting live in studio, Arena Plunkett, WGXA News.
Thanks for that report, Arena.